Well, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask a question, God. Do you recall or remember going on any tours? Like when Allah Light gave us tours and stuff. How would you kind of rate that experience?
Yeah, it was a good experience. I remember the one main thing I remember was the story of Gabriel Prosser. That was a big thing that we went over that day. Yeah, it was pretty insightful and gave the history of the area that we were in.
Well, I mean, I guess that.
See, that's again what you asked before earlier about what you did to keep them culturally involved in different things, things like that too. You know what I mean?
Right. And which leads me to another question. I won't keep it too long, but there's a lot of slave movies nowadays. We see a lot of slave movies, and dealing with slavery. How do you see that? With your background, and would you like to see more slave movies, or would you like to see more movies would you like to see the slaves fighting back?
I feel like there's no more use for slave movies at this point. I feel like there's not enough. Well, I feel like for
there's a lot of stories that need to be told, though.
There are a lot of stories that need to be told, but I feel like for black people, it's always having to tell a story. There's never a black coming of age movie where you have just black teenagers being teenagers. They always have to fight racism or something. There's always some underlying message that we have to push. There can never be a good time with black movies.
So you want to? That's heavy though.
And that's coming of age movies. You know what I'm saying? When we were growing up, we had some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they were kind of like white movies, like Stand By Me and.
Now Inkwell was alright. You know what I mean? But you had a few. You know what I'm saying?
Juice.
It told another story, but it also told, Q was a stand-up dude. He didn't want to do what he was out there doing. You know what I mean?
Right. Boys in the Hood and Menace Society.
You still had a, that was a coming-of-age movie too.
Yeah, those, but I think you're saying but those weren't so much like having a good time. We were still. It was still.
Well, it's always going to be, I think,
because there's like a darkness in our community, right? Is that what you're saying? Like, there's always got to be like this message of, we got to push the message of, we were slaves, or we got to fight racism. We got to fight this. We got to fight the system. Like, what about like when we were just coming up and and just being in the car with our girl all night? You know what I'm saying? And
because that was interrupted by a cop pulling us over because he profiled us. So how much? So
that's relevant.
So now this is what I'm saying. So, a coming of age movie like that, you know what I mean? Just a good time, like Fast Times at Ridgemore High. You know what I mean? All of the Porky's Revenge, all these crazy movies. You know what I mean that they had, right? They were able to do it because of privilege, God. And entitlement. You know what I'm saying? And our coming of age movies always entailed a fight. We are not the dominant culture in this country. So we were always fighting for a voice, fighting for a place. You know what I'm saying? Because I can recall great times I had. But at the end of the night, it ended up in a fight. At the end of the night, it was some type of conflict, some type of struggle. You know what I'm saying? Whether we on the wrong block too long, or you know what I mean? Whatever it is, it was something. You know what I'm saying? Whether the police came and told us that we shouldn't be in the park at this time playing basketball and the park is closed. Why y'all here? Then we could be doing worse things. You know what I'm saying? So again, now we got to struggle again. You know what I mean? And a coming of age movie is real difficult because now you're going to have to, kind of portray privilege. And, for black people in America, that's not a large percentage of kids like that.
Well, Dom, I mean, you know, that's something that I don't know if you're into that one, but maybe you could come up with a story, man. Or come, you seem like, you know, you may have a little bit of
Insight.
the benefit of insight to you know, to kind of add on. So, you know, if you could come up with an idea, man, you know, yeah, I would try to support it as best as I can. You know, in terms of maybe make it happen. You know, get a budget and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? A coming of age movie. I think back to like those movies like you know, Stand By Me. That's one of the movies I thought I was like or Goonies or something like that.
Remember that?
Right.
Because that's privilege. Where were we allowed to explore a cave and without no problem, with nobody saying nothing? Where could we go to explore and without somebody saying something to us?
But I feel like that's the beauty of fiction.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be what's really happening. Like, we have the ability to make what we want. And I feel like if you don't ever put it out there and we're always fighting a struggle or living like this, it'll never change either way.
Right. So let's write something.
yeah. That's dope. I appreciate that insight, though. You know, and I definitely want to take that back to the lab. So, you know, let's build on that. You know,
because you can start off with a 30-minute short story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can do a collection of stories. You know what I mean?
Right.
Call it the Souls of Black Folks 2K.
Well, yeah, peace, God. Well, you know, like I said, God, let's take that back to the lab. You know what I'm saying? And add on. Well, I appreciate you, God. I appreciate you taking out your time. I know you're a busy man, and you know, likewise, God. I appreciate you inviting me into your home and adding on with me.
And the God is dope in baseball, if y'all didn't know.
Yeah. And
he's my favorite player.
Right. And I would like to, you know, share some highlights. Some that you hear me. So, you know, if y'all don't mind, I won't share that, you know, throughout this interview. Like, I thought I keep going back to. He showed me this clip. He got reflexes like this, and bam! I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I played baseball, but I wasn't really nice like that. I didn't have that interest like that. I just really wanted to be around the girls. You know what I'm saying? But dig into your talents, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, dig further into it. That's my advice to you. You know, because like I think I had a natural ability myself, but I just wasn't really interested. I really wanted to just, you know, mess around and, you know, get with the girls, you know, get some power. You know what I'm saying? That was my interest. And I could have focused and did something even more. You know? Even with this camera thing like that, I know it's sandbagging, right? It's like
sandbagging.
There
was times, man, I would walk, you know, be at Jamaica High School, get me walking to homeroom. Yo, let's go to White Castle. Teacher right there. Foot about to cross over the threshold of the door. Looked in the teacher's face, turned around, went to White Castle, be back at second period. You know what I'm saying? You know, choices. But my work was always done.
Right.
Here we go, sandbagging, right?
Sandbagging. See, that's what I'm saying. Like
I'm not as bad as that.
Huh? And that's what I'm saying though. See, no, you more of the procrastinator than I was. You know what I mean? Because I would want to rush and get my work done so that nobody could have anything to say to me. You know what I mean? So, you know, but yeah, sandbagging. You know what I'm saying? Sandbagging. Because if I would have pushed it.
You know, what can we do? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, so my advice, God, like, just, you know, pay attention to your talents and really dig into what you want to do with it. You know, I know there's a lot of pressures where you know, a lot of external pressure that, you know, other people want to see you do certain things, but like, what do you really want to do? You know, our culture is about knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? And as for yourself, what do you want? Like, you know, and really take it to the level where you really show and prove, hey, I'm not dominant. I'm that dominant man.
INFMEGA did this.